What is up, guys? It's been a little while, but we're just about to get back in the groove of things. Today is a pull day, so let's just go ahead and get in there and get this workout started. I'll see you guys on the inside. Alright, guys, here we go. It is pull day. So I started off with lat pull downs, as I usually do if you've been around for a while, but I actually used a different attachment this time, the tighter grip. I used to not use this one because of my shoulder problems, but it seemed to feel pretty good this time. So I might be mixing it up a little bit and using this attachment sometimes. I ended up doing 3 sets of 8 after properly warming up. And then we moved on to dumbbell rows. Again, a different exercise than I usually do. I chose to do dumbbell rows instead of cable rows because I just wanted to mix it up, to be honest. But I ended up doing 3 sets of 8 per side here. Right there I was using the 50-pound dumbbell, but after this set, the last 2 sets, I ended up using the 60-pounder. But you know, there's a lot of different ways to do dumbbell rows. This, you just gotta experiment. I like to use a bench on a slight incline and just lean over it and put both my legs out. For me, this feels best for my back. You know, I might switch it up in the future. But that was everything I did for my back. So after that is pull day, so it was time to move on to biceps. Did the good old cable rows. I don't see a reason to mix this one up too much because it's still one of my favorite starters for bicep. I used to not like cable rows. That just goes to show you that mixing it up, trying new things, or even trying something that you may have tried a few years prior. You know, you could look at it different, and you know, it could just feel different. And then after that, I finished off my pull day and my biceps with alternating dumbbell curls. I didn't go as heavy as I usually did. I was feeling a little sluggish this morning, but it's pretty cool seeing my back muscles right there where I'm curling. But anyway, it'd be pretty cool if I ever decide I'm actually going to get lean instead of half-assing it, but we shall see. But that was it for my pull workout, and overall, I felt really good about it. And yeah. So tomorrow, we're not going to talk about tomorrow yet. I'm going to let this play through, and then we're going to go to the car and have a little chat. What is up, guys? And there you have it. Pull day is complete. And that dude's changing his clothes in the parking lot. Alrighty. Pull day is complete, and I got a few questions here I'm going to answer on my car ride home. And it is so good to be back in the groove. I'm going to start recording these videos again. Like I said in my last video, that's probably like 2 weeks ago though, wasn't it? So we got to do better there. We got to get consistent. But, all right. Question numero uno. What is the biggest gym myth? The biggest gym myth is people thinking that they can out-train a bad diet. I put on quite a bit of muscle over the last 10 years, but man, my diet has not been very good because in my 20s, I was nailing my diet and I was in amazing shape, working not as hard as I am now. So you absolutely cannot out-train a bad diet. You got to figure out what diet works for you and you got to stick to it. Like, that's the biggest thing you can do. And the funny thing is, when you stick to that, it's going to give you more motivation because you're going to see more results. So absolutely, whether you want the scale to go down, the scale to go up, if you want to just build as much muscle as possible, diet every single time. Cardio before or after weights? Never do cardio. Cardio is bullshit. I'm just kidding. For me, I have a pretty physical job where I walk about 20,000 steps 5 days a week, so I don't really see the need to do cardio. But if I had to do cardio, I would do it after lifting weights, because for me, my priority is having as much energy as I can to build as much muscle as possible. So I need it when I'm lifting weights. And when you're depleted already and you get on the treadmill, I really feel like you're going to burn more calories that way. That's just how I feel. What's your favorite exercise? We've gone over this quite a few times. I'm not going to go too deep into it. My favorite exercise when I feel good is heavy barbell squats to failure. There is nothing that comes even close to that one. Most overrated supplement. Any of these things you see in the store that say testosterone booster, don't buy that shit. If you really want a testosterone boost, you get on TRT or something, something I've considered doing sometime in the future, but right now I'm good. But yeah, all you need is creatine, I think, and whey protein for when you're having trouble meeting your protein goals is a good one. Best beginner advice would be, hey man, it's going to take a lot longer than you think it is to get to where you want to go, but the time is going to pass anyway, so you might as well get after it. So get in the gym, stay consistent. Don't worry about how long it's taking, because you will get there if you stay consistent, 100%. How important is sleep? It's very important, but I understand why it's hard for some people. Life is busy. Some of us are working 2 jobs. We're trying to go to the gym as consistent as possible. So if you have everything in order, sleep would be the final thing to make a perfect routine. If you have to go to the gym on 5 hours of sleep, okay, just don't expect to get the recovery of someone that gets 7 or 8 hours of sleep. That's a give and take there. Bulk or cut first. Depends on where you are. If you're like a really skinny person and you're trying to pack on some muscle, bulk for a couple years before you even try to do a cut. If you've been lifting for a little bit and you want to see what you look like, cut. Or if you're extremely overweight, cut. But you don't want to cut to an extreme where you're not giving your body enough nutrients to build the muscle, So there's just a fine line there. What's your biggest gym mistake? Trying to train through an injury. If you feel something's off, don't be a tough guy and try to train through it, because taking a couple weeks off from training chest because your shoulder's hurting, or you try to go through it and you put yourself back 6 to 8 months. Like, come on now. It's so hard for guys. It's so hard for anybody that's committed to the gym to really take the rest they need when they need it. You can't park there, sir. Just a dude parked on the side of the road. Is motivation overrated? Nah. I think when you're most motivated, that's when you need to make your commitments. Like, you're super excited about going to the gym. That's when you need to sit down and make your commitments about what you want to do, what you want to accomplish. And then you have to develop the discipline in that moment to do those things even when you're not motivated. So I don't think motivation is overrated. I don't think you should only go to the gym when you're motivated. I think that's the time and the place that you need to set some goals when you're super motivated. And then the discipline follows that and you follow through. What's one habit that changed everything? Alcohol. Alcohol, alcohol, alcohol. It's something I've struggled with for the last 10 years. I never got to a point to where, I'd go to work drunk, or I'd call out of work drunk, or I'd drive drunk or anything like that. But it doesn't even have to be that extreme. The 1 or 2 drinks you have every day or every other day is going to be a biggest detriment to your fitness goals than any other thing I can think of. So if you can drop alcohol completely, we all have trouble drinking a gallon of water every day, but when you're partying, you'll drink 12 beers. Like, I don't understand. Replace alcohol with water, and I'm telling you, not only will you look better, you will feel so much better. So, yeah, guys, drop the alcohol. I'm trying. It's a tough battle when you don't really have everything in order in life, but it's definitely not something that's impossible. So I would say that. But that's it for the questions today. If you guys ever have any questions you want to ask me, leave them in the comments below. Don't let that dreamer die. Keep the grind alive. Never give up on yourself. And don't let those hard days win. I will see you guys tomorrow for legs. Have a good one.